Hey, hey, hey! It's Fat Albert. Actually, I'm not that fat anymore. uh, I drank. Remember the other day I drank one of the. Not the other day, but just last night I finished a whole one of these. And girl, let me tell you. So I went to the bathroom, if you know what I mean, twice the day before. So I drank like this much of it, and then got down to here, and that was the first day. So that was 2 days ago, and I knew what was going on, and I was happy about it. I went to the bathroom and everything was fine. You know, it's a completely different when you're sick, right? When you're sick, uh, everything is you're in pain. You know, if it's sickness that you have to go to the bathroom. But with the prune juice, everything was fine and it came out super easy. If you know what I mean, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then so I went twice. Let me tell you why that is amazing for me. I have a bowel movement once a week. You heard it right. Now, all of you health people out there, your brain just exploded, right? Because your brain went once a week. No wonder he's sick. Once a week is crazy. You're supposed to have a bowel movement something like 3 times a day or something. This is what the nurse told me. She said, "Well, how many times a week? How many times a day you have a bowel movement?" I said, "A day? What are you talking about? A day? Who has that many bowel moves? That's crazy. That's crazy." So lovely prune juice made me super duper regular. Now, let me tell you something else. Now, I knew I wasn't fat, you know, because I already talked about being fat. This has nothing to do with the video I'm about to make. This has nothing to do with the video. I'm sorry. So once we get to that stage in the video, you can mark it in the comments. If y'all want to skip the prune juice diet stage of the video, skip to this. You have my permission to skip to it anyway. So. What was I talking about? Prune juice, right. So, oh, yeah. So I knew I wasn't fat, and I already mentioned that a lot of people think that they are fat when they're not fat, they're bloated. So by the second time, that I went to the bathroom, I was able, because I've always seen these people, you buy the step up on the okay, get back, back, varmint, get out of here. Get. Oh, there you go. Now, you buy the step up for the toilet, and you're supposed to put your legs up. Look at that. I was incapable of even doing that. I would get a box, and then I got a smaller box, and then a smaller box, and then I put my feet on a ruler. I was like, "This is how much I could do." But at the second trip to the toilet, I was all the way bent over. Look at that. That's amazing. Give Prune Juice a clap, a hand clap. I'm trying to be like the people in the church. So anyway, let me say this. Black women, if I say anything about you in my videos, I want you to understand the psychology of what is going on. It's not that I dislike you. It's not that I dislike your children. The opposite is true, in fact. I care more about you. And I single you out more than anybody else. And I care more about your children than even you. Try me. I'll take a bullet for your kids. Try me. Okay? So those are you hate black. Well, I don't hate nobody. I love everybody. First of all, I love everybody. I love you even more. And I love your children, right? And when I have me some chillins, y'all can stand around and poke fun. You have my permission. That you know, when I get married and have children, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Huh. When I get married, Steve Harvey received a question and I guess it went viral. And the girl said, my boyfriend popped a question, asked me to get married. 6 months later, he said he was having cold feet, and then he distanced himself. And no, 3 months later he had COVID. And so by the 6 month mark, I said, let's just call the wedding off completely because she misunderstood what was going on. She said she was ready, and Steve Harvey says, you said you were ready? Yeah. Okay, so you have a biological time clock because you're a woman. Around 30, the clock is ticking, right? Men don't have a biological time clock. They have a financial time clock. What am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen? What is this? This is a trailer. Well, Shakaama, why aren't you married? This is a trailer. It's not a 3-story McMansion with a butler at the door and a chauffeur at the limo. That's what I have to get married. Who you gonna marry when you 60 years old? Don't you worry about it. I'll get me a 25-year-old. What 25? A 25-year-old will most definitely be very happy to move into the Shakaama mansion on the Shakaama estate in Georgia somewhere. Not Georgia. They have personal tax, which is ridiculous. It'll be somewhere in Nevada or Delaware. Delaware. They have seasons in Delaware, right? They have fall and spring. We don't have fall and spring in Vegas. It just goes from hell to hell. It goes from super hot to super freezing. If you're in the right area, right? Okay, so my financial clock. Men have a financial clock. That's when men get married. Has nothing to do with the woman. And today, even more so, men are very more aware today than ever before in the history of the world. Because we have to be. Because before, you could have 20 goats and you were good to go. In fact, the father of the bride said, you got 20 goats. He got 20 goats. This guy got 20 goats. All of y'all good to go. I got a daughter I need to unload on you. That's how it was. Okay. So let's get on with the video. Chris Rock stopped in the middle of his HBO special, which he filmed in 7 different cities, wearing his leather suit or a Gucci suit or something like that. And stopped in the middle of his special. Chris Rock is a comedian, right? Chris Rock tells jokes, right? He didn't tell this as a joke. He stopped in the middle of his special, and this is why I'm coaching the language this way. He stopped in the middle of his comedy HBO Lifetime platform. This is the biggest platform that he will ever have. HBO special, filmed in 7 different cities. He stopped in the middle of his special, and I love the way that they filmed it because they went to 7 different cities. So as he was, this is all he did. He pans from one side of the stage to the next, and they kept going, transferring to Moscow, Paris, New York, LA, Dallas, so they would click and it was a different city. He's wearing a different suit and everything, right? You can see it right here on YouTube. He stops in the middle of his comedy special to say, you do not get an award for feeding your children. These people, Negroes, are harping and saying, hey, I feed my children. You don't get an award for that. I clothe my children. You don't get an award for that. I put a roof over my children. Say, you don't get an award for that. He stopped his special. So I want you all to think about that. This man, in something that is the most important, it's right in his top 10 list of most, he got married, number one. Number two, he had children. Number three, he had an HBO special. Or several, but he got an HBO special. He was paid what did Amy Schumer was complaining about? He got paid $20 million for one comedy special. And Netflix is going to do the same thing. Amy Schumer's upset. He stopped in the middle of that $20 million special and said, you don't get an award for that. That's expected. Okay, so what am I talking about? I'm relating to the last video I talked about single moms. This time in history, this is the worst time in history for humanity. Humans, we humans, right? Testosterone is down 30% in men. All of you women watching, you should, at that statement, be running and screaming and pulling your hair out and taking your son to the doctor to get him some prescription testosterone. Testosterone is down 30% in men today than it was 50 years ago. So, granddad was stronger, had stronger grip. When granddad got a hold of his son, his son knew in fact that he was being gripped. Now, I want to ask you all, just you women, all of you women, what do you think is happening that 30% is not us? You know, they measure most stuff in like one microgram. One microgram doesn't even measure on the percentage scale. You're not even on the percentage scale yet. Microgram, I believe, is 1 over 100. I don't know. It's 1 over 10,000, I believe. Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me in the comments. 1 microgram. We're not talking about micrograms. We're not even talking about milligrams. We are talking about 30%. Do you know that they measure men? Now, I don't know how the measurement has changed. They measure men as being 30% stronger than women in upper body strength. Let me give you a biology lesson right here, right quick. Testosterone increases the density of male bones by a factor of like something like 500%, something crazy. So this is why men are stronger than women. Now, if testosterone increases bone density in a man by 500% as compared to a female, then decreasing testosterone by 30% means that you are approaching female levels of everything. That's female levels of bone density, female levels of musculature. That's the whole body. That's everything included, huh? And female emotion. Let me tell you how crazy this is. They tested men, they tested rats first. They tested rats with testosterone versus estrogen. And the rats started exhibiting behavioral patterns, the male rats, of female rats. That is strong emotions, inability to make a decision. These are all chemicals. It's not just that you're a female. It's not just that this just happened. This is all chemistry. And here's what's really serious and really dangerous about this. This means everything that you are eating, everything that you are giving your kids is creating this in your children. So your son, single moms, that you're raising and feeding and psychologically saying your father ain't this, your father ain't that, and that, blah 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 blah. I need you to first of all, I need you to stop that. Let me just say that you need to stop that, and you need to think about what is the actual relationship between the father and the son. How does the son see the father? Has the father done anything to the son? No. Same thing with the dad. Don't tell your children, your mother's this and that and yeah. That has nothing to do with the children. You need to stop that. You need to stop that. You need to think about the child. What is the child's relationship with the mother? Now, if she's the one poisoning the child against you, and she's continuing to, don't get mad at her because of that, and then react through the child, right? So don't you turn around and poison the child against her. That's not what you do. You continue your relationship with that child, huh? Right? That's not. See, the opposite isn't to retaliate. The opposite isn't to get revenge. The opposite isn't to try and do some sort of manipulative karma of your own. That's not the opposite. The opposite is to love your child and try to develop your children into thriving adults. Did you know that they will forget evil way before they forget love, affection, intimacy? I bet you can remember the times your dad and mom kissed when you actually saw that. You know, you see it in the commercials and stuff, and the children go, "Ew, dad! Ew, mom! Ooh!" But you know what? That image sticks with the child. So you need to stop that, okay? And you need to understand what you're feeding your children. I'm an adult. If they put something in here that's full of estrogen and all this, and this is in a plastic bottle, that's terrible. What I should really do is get a whole set of glass pitchers, drinkable pitchers, and when you get something, this is what you're supposed to do. You get one of these things in the plastic. Immediately when you come home from shopping, you dump it into the glass pitcher. This removes all of the estrogen. You know this is full of estrogen probably right about now. But I'm holding my. But all jokes aside, I'm completely serious. 30% drop in testosterone. Now this is compared to men. This is men comparing to men. So 30% drop in the grandson compared to the grandfather. That's comparing a man to man. That is not compared to. I don't know what the comparison between men today with women today, because women have. And do you know that estrogen in women? We're talking about dietary estrogen that you take in through the mouth. Do you know that causes sickness too? It's all sickness. This is why I say I care about your children way more because I care about all of the factors. You probably think about what, 5 factors? I'm thinking about 100 factors. I'm thinking about the entire. So I said I was a humanist before, and somebody said, "No, not a humanist." I said, "Well, I'm not a robot, human to robot, immortal human. I'm not one of those people. I'm a human. I believe in humanity. I care for humans, right?" let's I care about humans. And like I said in my last thing, you need to really think. You, now, a lot of you women stick with me because you're not the women I'm even talking about. You're not the women who needs to even hear this stuff. You're the choir. You're my choir. You say, well, I'm a single mom. A lot of you all mischaracterize yourself as single mom. Single mom means that the father was never in the child's life. Let me give you the criteria of what single mom actually means. Single mom, never married, never even dated. Let's be honest. There was no dating. When the child was born, the mom ran the father away. That's a criteria. Why is that a criteria? Because this is what they found. This is the statistic. When they're coming up with statistics, this is what they found. It's something like a staggering amount. 90% ran the father away. Ran the father away. So, you're not a single mom if you have equal custody, or even better, the father still lives in the home. And then when you hear about this stuff, and they put this on TV, TV, somebody, they have like 20 writers. For a lot of this stuff, they have like 20 writers. And sometimes there's that one writer who slips something in on, what do they call it, on the down low, and it's actual truth. So, one of the Jerry Seinfeld's, the girl, the woman, Elaine, and I think is it her? No, that's the actress's. I don't know. The girl, the one girl on the Seinfeld show. She has her own show. She had it or has, I don't know. Anyway, the father never moved out. They got a divorce, but the husband never moved out. So literally, dude comes in the house. She prepares dinner for him, and in comes the ex-husband with the kid. And he said, well, what's going on here? She's, oh, that's my ex-husband. I don't think this is a boyfriend situation. That's my ex-husband. He lives here? Yeah. And he sleeps in my bed. And he sleeps in my bed. Wait, what? What is this situation? Why are you ex-husband? He says, we're better friends. But he sleeps in your bed, lives in your house, y'all eat together, y'all sleep together, and y'all still do husband-wife stuff. Yep. How is he your ex? How are you two divorced? Legally, we're divorced, and so we're friends, which literally connotes the biblical way of husband and wife, which is has nothing to do with a legal document. It's the actions that you're doing. Okay, so the single mom, dude has to be out of the picture, and she ran him off. If you say, oh no, he ran off himself, more than likely you ran him off. You need to be honest. A lot of women are not honest, and it's a part of being a woman. There's stuff that's a part of being a woman that seems wrong, and from a male perspective, it is wrong, and from society's perspective, it is wrong. But we don't blame women. Why don't we blame women? Because women have children. Because women have. This is why we excuse so much in the courts, so much in the laws, so much in the police force, so much on the job, because women have children. It is hardwired into both men and women that women have children. Ergo, vis-a-vis, concordantly, we're going to excuse a lot. Why? Because we want to protect women having children. Now, that's to say that you shouldn't take advantage of that, because it's wrong to take advantage of that. You know. Now, so testosterone down. Chris Rock said you don't get awards for doing that. That's at a minimum, and that applies to women too. If you're going to be a single mom, and by the definition, I think that was it for the definition. So you've run off the man. More than likely, you're being subsidized by the government somehow. Somehow, just having a children bumps you up in the category of getting subsidies from the government. So even if you don't want it, you can get it. Even if you don't even apply for it, you can get it. If you show up with, I said I'm a borrow some kids so I can get me some subsidy. I say that, but and they might come around and check and be like, so where are your 5 children? They're visiting their grandparents in Georgia. Why am I keep saying Georgia? I don't know what's wrong with Georgia. Anyway, I care about you. I care about your children. Understand that. And I want you reflect on me. You reflect on me. Everything that you do, all the statistics that they do about you all, reflects on me. So when I walk down the street, when I go to a meeting, well, I admired Peter Schiff. I was a big fan. Peter Schiff, financial guy, right? Then one day he said, I can't hire black people. Why can't I? I said, oh, what's going on here? He says, because black people will sue you at the drop of a hat. And I was all like, well, I won't sue you. I'll even make a contract that says I won't sue you. No matter what. Y'all can like tar and feather me. I won't sue you, I promise. Please hire me and train me in financial education, right? In financial stuff. I want to be under your, I want you to be your financial super guru. I want to be under his wing. You all reflect on me. You show up to work with your pants sagging in a t-shirt. I mean, have you seen the video of the this dumbest criminal? He shows up to court, and the judge reads off Antoine Desaulniers arrested for stealing. And she looks at him. A Dolphin jersey? Guess what? That Negro had a Dolphin jersey on right there in court. She was like, go and get that. Go sit down somewhere. Go get him. You go sit down. Next case. He shows up he loved that he really wanted that Dolphin. He stole a Dolphin. First of all, the Dolphins? Come on. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Leave a like, leave comments, leave everything.